I mean,
so that way we have a happy spot.
All right.
Going there.
And we're going.
Nice. There we go.
I feel like I can't start without saying that.
It's like organizing.
That feels good.
It's like herding cats. I know, Sam. You got your hands full with me and Todd.
No, we were just talking about the Astros. Congratulations to the Houston Astros.
Yes.
Man, that was
Going to the World Series.
I was stressed the hell out the whole time.
The whole series was stressful, really. It was exciting. That's what you want. You want some excitement.
You know, they say that. That's true. I guess, yeah, you're right. I like it usually cleaner,
Drama. You need a
cleaner
little
than
drama.
that, but yeah, it was pretty ugly when Osuna came in that ninth inning and then gave up that 2-run shot. I was like, are you freaking kidding me?
People were thinking, this is it.
Yeah.
We're going to Game 7, but...
And then Altuve comes out and just shuts them all up.
Jacked it. And all of them that you wanted to jack it, it's that dude.
That guy's awesome.
Now, something I read yesterday, which I haven't gone to verify, but they said that this will be the first century, or not century, first decade where the Yankees have not gone.
Oh, yeah, they were shut out. The Astros beat them 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
We knocked them out of the ALCS 3 years in a row.
So if you go, technically go look at the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I did not realize that it's been 10 years since they did an appearance.
No, that's true.
I was like, wow.
And honestly, now I will say that, so when Altuve hit the home run, the ball hit the wall and bounced out in the field. Brett Gardner, the center field from the Yankees, picked the ball up and he gave it to Brock Amati and said, hey.
Is that a true story?
That
I
is
read
a
it.
True story.
Okay, cool.
Wait, gave it to who?
Gave it to Brock Amati, the catching coach, the warm-up catcher, as they were running into the mound to congratulate. Says, here, this is the ball. Congratulations, you guys did really good. And Aaron Judd even said
this
something.
is the last nail in the coffin here.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny about it? So baseball players, I think there's a lot of honor and friendship amongst them. There really is. Sure. But the fans?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The fans and the players are two separate things.
New York fans, honestly, so there's been a bunch of videos on Twitter and YouTube and all the other things about how much these guys are jerks.
Classless. They're totally classless.
There's this guy standing in a bathroom, and they waited till he got the urinal to start taking his leak, and this guy chugged a beer at his head.
Wow.
Chugged a can.
Get the fuck out.
No,
really?
he did. Chugged a beer, and then they throw popcorn at him while he was pissing. They did it after he whipped it out and started going to the bathroom.
Right.
Because
you can't stop, right?
Well, that's when you just turn around and give them the fire hose.
It's like
exactly. So I'll tell you what happened years ago. I took some people from LA to the Astros game, and we were standing in the bathroom. You know how crowded it gets.
Yeah.
So my friend was taking a leak, and this guy looks over him and he goes, wow, that's nice. So Perry looks at him and goes,
hog.
yeah, he goes, oh, you like that, huh? And he goes, yeah. He turned around and started pissing all over him.
Wow.
Pissed all over his leg, It's like, because I guess that's how you do in California, right? And they got into a fight.
This sounds like that joke, not to interrupt you, but this sounds like that joke from Desperado. He's pissing on the bar. He's pissing on the bartender. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. Cheech Marin.
I forgot about that.
Actually, that was Buscemi telling that to Cheech Marin. That's right. Anyway, go ahead.
So he pisses all over his shoes and his pant leg, and they get in a fight.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, dude, at least,
apparently it wasn't as nice as he thought.
Yeah, at least put him away before you fight. Right?
Yeah.
So the HPD comes in and breaks up this fight.
It's like, I guess we're Romans here.
Yeah. So exactly, it's like 300, right? So I was like, so we got kicked out.
Right on.
We got kicked out of the ballpark.
Leaving
and I'm like,
game.
Damn. But anyway, baseball. I mean, it's like, look, the New York fans are like, fuck you, flipping off everybody, throwing shit. They were throwing shit at the guys in the outfield when they were at New York.
Hey, you should be throwing shit at your team. They're the ones that lost, dumbass.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so I kind of like to get your opinion on this. So, is it Greinke?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the night he was pitching, that whole controversy where, so he's in the bullpen. In the bullpen, he's warming up, and the crowd or the Yankee fans are like fucking taunting the fuck out of him.
Well, making fun of his mom, making fun of his social anxiety.
Okay, so so I didn't know about the whole social anxiety.
Oh, he's got it bad, but he's awesome.
Okay,
I love that guy.
That was the part I was like, I didn't quite sure know how to take that. I was like, wait a minute. You're in a competitive sport.
Yeah.
And this is a thing?
So here's what happened. So Greinke didn't have an issue with it, okay? First of all.
When I read...
The cop did.
Yeah.
So what happened was, So Greinke has the social anxiety, but he handles it really well. So the press starts asking him questions, and you'll say like, well, you guys won 3-1. That's pretty good. And he goes, yeah, that's better than losing 3-1.
Right.
He's a very just Rain Man kind of guy.
Yeah.
That's a very actually Yogi Berra.
Exactly. I love the shit out of him. So anyway, what ends up happening is they're in the bullpen warming up for the game, and they're screaming, but making fun of his mom and calling him all kinds of names. So a cop just points up, and says, that guy right there, get him. He's gone.
Right. And they're chunking
that guy right in there, he's gone. So they got like 3 of them and just drug their ass out of the seats. The New York cops did that.
That's impressive.
Threw them out of the ballpark. Yeah, because they're like, we're not going to have that.
Yeah.
Because Hinch went out the day before during the press conference and even told the Major League Players Association, the Major League Baseball, and the umpires that if these guys start throwing shit at our guys in the field, we're pulling them off, because a guy throwing a commemorative baseball or a bottle of beer from the top, it's going to hurt somebody.
Right. Yeah. So you're gonna damage them for the playoffs and for the World Series.
There's no way we're gonna have that. So they pulled them off. They would have pulled them off if that happened.
Wow. So what started me down this whole thing was one of the guys in the Houston Drinking Brothers made a comment, and this is one of the guys that has the ticket hookup for fucking everything in Houston.
Right.
So
this is the VA guy.
Yes. Yeah. So him and another guy that we know were at the game. Mm-hmm. And
he's like Damone from Fast Times at Richmond High.
Yes, he is.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, there is
you get
nothing.
You so close, you scare the band.
Yeah, there's nothing this guy can't get you into.
Okay.
So anyway, he makes this comment. He's like, "Man, the fucking crowd. There's like nobody fucking here."
Yeah.
And somebody made the comment along the lines of, "Hey, there's no more Yankee fans here to throw." Oh, I know what it was. There's no Yankee fans here to throw more concession stuff onto the families of the Astros players. And I was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
So from that, it led me to this whole thing with Greinke.
Oh, it's horrible, dude. They were calling Altuve a Mexican. They literally, there's videos of people leaving the ballpark. Fuck you, Houston. He goes, at least even if you win, you still have to live in Houston. I'm going, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Better than living in that shithole you live in.
New York, yeah. I mean, when you ride a rat to work, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It just goes to show. I mean,
I'll get down on your level. Fuck you and your city. I'll say that from me to you right now. And any fucking Yankee that wants to deal with that, I'll get in your face and say it, and we can go.
And it's unfortunate because there's a lot of good Yankee fans out there.
There are. Yeah. There are. I don't mean that towards all of you.
You take the good with the bad.
That's right.
But the whole talking shit to the visiting team. That's fucking childish on another level.
It is.
It's stupid because in Houston or any city, you have people from all over the place that like different teams, and just I don't care. Somebody's got.
Hey man, we got Cardinals fans, all that stuff on the page.
I grew up being a Card. Being a baseball player and fan. When I grew up being a fucking big red machine fan.
I was a Dodgers fan as a kid because when I played Little League, we were the Dodgers. So I pulled for the Dodgers. I always liked the Dodgers.
I like multiple teams. I mean, I have a
always
home
like Lasorda. I always liked Tommy Lasorda too. That guy was cool.
I have a home team. I like the home team, but there's other teams that play that I like too.
Yeah.
As long as they're not playing us. Now, if they're playing us, then I'll switch.
Houston every time.
Yeah, all the time. But I don't know. So New York, it's just the craziest thing in the world.
Yeah. I like Boston's class though. For Boston to turn around and say, "Go Astros," I love that, man.
Oh yeah, because
that kind of makes me a Sox fan right there.
Yeah, so Alex Cora was the assistant coach for the Astros when they won the World Series. In 2017. So after that, he went to the Red Sox as the head coach. But it's funny because you get guys making millions of dollars. At the end of the day, it's really not the players. I haven't seen...
those guys are because they're not. Well, they're not from New York, so they don't have that New York attitude.
And they might want to be with the Astros one day, and the Astros might be with the Yankees.
Right.
And so it's like a fraternal organization. When you see them on base talking and cutting up, that's because they're playing a game.
They're making fucking dinner plans. They're not talking shit to each other.
Yeah,
they're planning on going to Perry's or somewhere and having a steak afterwards.
Now, unlike Major League Baseball, the NBA seems to be having some problems.
Oh, yeah. We've had a lot of fun with LeBron James. And
Mao Tse Bron.
The Communist Party has apparently infected the NBA.
Well, I think it's funny because Daryl Morey general manager from the Houston Rockets.
Rockets
made a Twitter. He put out a Twitter about supporting the people in Hong Kong.
Yeah, it wasn't
as himself, not as a spokesperson for the Rockets.
Not only that, it wasn't very. It wasn't like a very vocal. He wasn't saying "F China" or anything like that.
Not at all. Support the people over there. That
pretty much what he said. It was pretty benign.
Right.
And man, NBA just dropped the hammer on him. Just
NBA
freaked out.
And I guess they were all over there for an exhibition.
Yeah, they were having an exhibition game, and the tickets. Yeah. They were worried about ticket sales because money's what's important. You know what I mean?
Well, the biggest spokesperson was LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so my take, when you have a fucking high school graduate, become your spokesperson, becomes your freaking international representative to tell you that somebody who is Maury's at least an MBA. In his disciplines, and pretty goddamn well.
He got some college,
well spun up on what he does internationally and domestically. When you go down the road and say that somebody was fucking uneducated, are you fucking shitting me?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because every time they do this, all they do is invite the deep dive.
Oh, yeah, they get backtracked, and then it just blows them up
found
every
out
time.
The financial investments that LeBron has over there.
Yeah.
And that's what he's more worried about. Because think about it. I mean, so
he was really trying to bring Taco Tuesday to China.
Could be. Because all the shoes are made there.
That's what I was going to say. Make some more shoes, kids.
Yeah.
He's looking for some 8-year-olds to make shoes for a nickel.
He's just a few steps away from actually throwing the bullwhips.
Well, yeah, exactly. It really blew up in his face, though, guys.
It did.
Yeah. People were like, "Are you kidding me? You double standard, money grubbing billionaire." I mean,
who really watches NBA though?
I
anymore?
don't.
You know, that has to be a dying sport, I would think.
So the NFL and the NBA are gone.
I tend to watch because I grew up playing basketball too. So
no, basketball is my favorite sport to play. But if I'm going to watch it, I'm going to watch high school and college.
Yeah.
I am not watching the NBA because honestly,
I don't watch it very often.
Yeah.
And if LeBron's on the court, the channel gets changed. I never was a LeBron fan.
Never.
Never have.
Not since Cleveland or any of those.
Yeah, but even before he came in the league, just the hype, I never understood.
Yeah.
I would prefer him to be much more like the Lakers guy,
Kobe.
Yeah. Kobe was, to me, a silent professional.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't unless he was raping people.
Until he got caught,
how do you think you get away with rape, man?
Exactly. Jordan was it for me. Jordan was a class guy.
Not that I know anything about that.
Yeah. You and I think Michael Jordan was probably the ultimate professional there because he knew when to shut up.
He did. Yeah.
You know, and he was like, you know what? I'm a ball player with my opinion.
Keep it myself.
I'm gonna keep out. And so you had guys like Larry Bird and even Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
All those guys that are really at the top of their game, but they also don't go out there and it's all about me.
Yeah.
Because LeBron is the ultimate narcissistic.
Yeah.
He really is.
Even Magic Johnson, for all his faults, he was a decent guy. I mean, he didn't have a whole lot of crap coming out of him off the court.
Well, somebody said to him, just shut up and dribble the ball.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, the coach used to tell you that.
Yeah, well, some female news, somebody on TV said that to him.
Yeah.
And it caused
they
attacked her for it. But you know what? Honestly, LeBron, just shut up and dribble the ball.
Isn't that... Because... at the bare essence of what your task is for that job, that is it.
Yeah.
Not okay. So here's where
it's like musicians or anything else. Shut up and play.
The problem I have with leagues is they take your personality and you become just a puppet. And really, for the most part, most players just agree to be that. Just to be the player. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine because I completely agree with that because so he's the guy that leaves cities hanging.
Yeah.
They come up with all this money and he vacates it because he thinks he's going to get a
bigger
title,
paycheck,
a title and a paycheck,
and he creates a special out of it too.
Yeah, he does. And every time he leaves, he drags the team down because guess what? He's not a team player.
Right.
So you were talking about Michael Jordan earlier. Michael Jordan made Scottie Pippen, made Steve Kerr, made Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
He made all those guys good players because he knew how to manage all of his players. LeBron, every time I see him play, he just takes the ball and he's trying to score.
Right.
Give me the ball and let me drive from the key and I'm going to score. And that's what I don't like about him. I like a guy that's a team player. You take a Steph Curry or any of those guys, they're assassins from the 3-point line, right?
Yeah,
they know how to shoot, but they pass.
No, they know who they can feed the ball,
pass.
dude. Yeah.
Not LeBron. Give me the ball and let me score. I would hate to be on a team with that guy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, he's terrible.
Yeah, when I see highlight videos of him shooting from roughly 30 feet out, I'm like, are you serious? that was your only move.
Yeah,
really.
That was it.
Yeah.
So it reminds me, you were talking about him with China. It makes me wonder what Dennis Rodman's connection is with North Korea.
North Korea.
He's got some, what do you got going on over there, Dennis? You need to phone that in and let us know.
It's funny because Dennis was kind of...
Maybe that's where all his green hair dye comes from.
Could be.
Yeah.
I actually kind of enjoyed that whole thing. I mean, Rodman was one of my favorite rebounders.
Yeah.
I really liked him a lot. And then when he started getting older, realizing...
He was scrappy.
He was.
Scrappy.
He was an ass, though. He was the one that ran his mouth on and off the field.
He did.
The court.
He did.
And it was annoying.
But he wasn't like LeBron.
He wasn't.
LeBron's kind of that guy. It's all about me. Rodman's all about me.
Rodman could at least smile and make a joke.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
LeBron, I'm serious all the time.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Well, he tries to come off as a statesman, and it's just not a good look for him.
No, not at all. Because he's protecting his financial
That's
interests.
like making Forrest Gump your math coach. It's just not a good idea.
That's actually
I love that.
Funny.
That's pretty good. Well, let's talk about one more sport, I guess. Cyclists.
Yeah.
So apparently, there's a dude that set a record on a women's bike racing circuit.
A dude playing a dude disguised as a chick.
And he crushed this woman's record.
Right on
here, and I'm like, I guess when you're trying to be a woman, and I guess that's the only cycle he'll ever have.
Yeah,
is that one right there? Because
oh my god,
there's some weirdness going on out there. Speaking of cycles,
it's a cycle without the mess.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They found a way.
Yeah, you've seen where they've come out now, and the Transgender Coalition has now protested. I want to say it was
Is that
always
an actual name?
Huh?
Is that like
I just made that shit up on the fly.
Okay.
But it sounded good and I went with it.
Yeah.
So, but it's whatever their coalition is, right?
Do they have a flag?
Probably.
They do.
Or some sort of symbol.
Yeah. Hand signal.
Exactly.
It's
a handshake or a wiener grasp or something. I'm not sure.
Just watch what you do around the Crips and the Bloods, because they may take offense to that shit. Yeah.
So, I think it was Always Tampons was protested by
anything that was made by Procter and Gamble.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah. So they were protested by this transgender community to remove the woman symbol from their box. They were upset. Mm-hmm. So when y'all started talking about the cycle thing, that's what made me think of this. They all kind of fit together, pun intended.
Well, in their Twitter, I'll just read right off the thing. It says menstrual cycles are for everyone because real men have periods too.
So what is that for? I mean,
I think maybe periods of indecision.
Yeah,
yes, right.
Should I have another six pack?
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's a problem I always have.
Well, they actually make them where they put them in their drawers. Men are actually putting these things in their drawers.
Yeah, they're using the pads.
Yeah, they actually put the pads in there. I'm trying to figure out, what are you trying to block with that?
Next
Shit
thing
stains?
Fucking men's underwear is going to start coming with a goddamn liner.
Exactly. Exactly.
God.
I'm not buying any.
Yeah,
I'll go commando.
Exactly.
I'll go
Bingo.
commando.
Yeah.
Free balling. So
it's funny because it's getting to the point now to where it's like they're saying that one of the biggest misconceptions is that periods are only experienced by women, but in reality, transgender men are real men. They're just born a little different than other guys.
yeah, that's gonna be. They're gonna put that on the box
Right off of their website. This is the protesters that are going after these companies. They're saying, email them, put pressure on them.
Fucking pseudoscience.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
When you said that, it almost sounds like it could go on the box for a special tampon for men.
Sure.
The way you read that off of there,
Oh, yeah.
it sounded like it should be on the box.
And that's the thing that's funny is that whole transgender thing. I'm going to go on a slight rant, but their only validation is through the fucking psychiatric community. The fact that you exist is because this group of fucking people say so.
Sure.
Exactly.
Well, you're going to love this then because they're saying that sales tax on tampons and pads are now unconstitutional.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because women and people who menstruate, I like how they say women and people who menstruate.
Unconstitutional.
Who menstruate estimated to spend $150 million a year on average just on the sales tax for tampons.
Dude, that's a hemorrhoid. You're not.
What is okay, so what did they?
It's not a menstrual cycle. That's a hemorrhoid.
The fact that you say something unconstitutional, what did they pin that to?
Dude, they just pull this shit out of the air.
The Constitution, apparently.
Yeah, but at least pin it to at least 1 through however many.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I hear
the
what you're
foundation
saying.
of my argument is based in this
Amendment 69.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Amendment 69.
It's Amendment 69. You didn't know that?
It sounds like we've ventured into like a porn scene or something here
Right.
on a video that I would not want to watch.
So you're going to love this then, because Julian Castro hit Twitter the other day saying that we have a tampon epidemic.
Oh, yeah?
That people, it's
him and
on
his brother.
Oh,
God
yeah.
damn.
People apparently are being discriminated against because they can't afford tampons.
Wow.
So I replied to his Twitter and said, "Hey, dude, just send him some of yours." And I got knocked
punted.
off. Yeah, I got punted for that, but I thought it was funny. I was like, "Dude, just send him some of yours. I'm sure you got plenty."
He's got it. He's got to have an excess hanging around.
Yeah. So I mean, it's funny how they do this. I mean, so you get a guy. To me, he's just pandering. That's all it is.
He's looking.
He's either pandering or he hadn't come out of the closet.
I think he's looking. He's going to be the pick for whoever gets the nomination, gets the nod from the DNC.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's looking for. He's looking for the VP.
That's going to say that's
so he can get in there and say, "I protested always for free tampons for men." Yeah, it's going to be his big. That'll be his big go-to speech.
Finding somebody in San Antonio, because I really have never found anybody that spoke positively of either him or his brother.
Yeah.
I don't even. I haven't even figured out how they have stayed.
I'm sure they're buying votes. Yeah, I'm sure it's buying votes.
It is purely buying votes. Yeah,
you know how that crap works.
Yeah.
So
especially, and I hate to say it, but if you run an Anglo against them in that area,
La Raza takes over, and it's the end of it.
And it's unfair.
And San Antonio is such a weird demographic over there. Because it's really kind of hard to figure out how to best serve that area, because everybody, you're not really giving them what they
generally
want.
With the words hot plate.
Yeah, but you're not giving them what they want. They're just like, hey, who makes a better figurehead? Are you fucking kidding me?
They're nuts, man. They're crazy. You're absolutely right. They're crazy. I'm making faces because I'm reading these Twitter responses to the tampons.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
some of those are priceless as shit.
Oh, I'm like, it says we're quite frankly worried for the women whose sense of self is so fragile that the removal of a symbol from a package of sanitary napkins makes them feel like they've been erased.
So reverse that psychology and say, if you're a man that has a period, then why do you feel like you have to remove it?
There you go.
I mean, that's you can totally flip that around and say the opposite of that is true. If you're a man, just man up and buy your tampon.
Well, they're making the argument too that if you're judging men and women strictly based on biology, is prejudice to a non-gender conforming transgender individual,
rather than the land of make-believe where Mr. Rogers and King Friday rule. So,
I basically am against you because you're against my way of thinking.
Yeah.
Just because the fucking sky is purple in your world.
Exactly. Well, hey, Hitler said shit like that too. So just remember that.
Yeah. It's the most bizarre, I don't know, it's the most bizarre behavior I think you'll ever see is this right here. Because honestly, if you've been abused, I get that, but this is going beyond this. This is now activism.
Oh yeah,
with no purpose whatsoever, other than to create problems.
Well, speaking of bleeding vaginas, did you see the Antifa guy that got hit by run over in Portland? That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, apparently he came up dead, and the cops have not given a motive.
No, they haven't
for the hit and run.
So.
Hey, I was here.
Yeah, exactly. Don't look at me.
I don't go to Portland, so
don't look at me. I've got no reason to be in Portland.
Well, the guy made notoriety because he's been very vocal on the videos that you see posted.
Yeah,
I think
he's always up front yelling and shaking a fist, and
hitting people, and shit like that. And apparently,
he's very confrontational.
Apparently,
he was.
Apparently, a Buick hits back.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whatever hit him,
maybe this is Detroit. We're looking at this all wrong. Maybe Detroit's tired of them people protesting, trying to get green vehicles in there.
Self-correcting problem.
Exactly.
Well, just like the other day, there was a video of a guy.
I had to go conspiratorial.
Oh, no, yeah, because that's who we are. there was a bunch of people standing across blocking a street, and the traffic was backed up for blocks.
Yeah.
And this guy dressed in scrubs.
Yeah.
Come running down and ripped the sign away from him.
It was awesome.
Threw it over the fence and started saying, "Get out of the way! People are trying to get to work."
He sold it by walking casually until he got to the middle of that protest. Freaking broke in, balled that thing up, and hurled it over like a construction fence.
He chunked it over the fence and then came back and grabbed one of the broad's phones and then hurled that like a football.
I was
thoroughly impressed. You've got two angles of this video. I don't know if you've seen them both. Mm-hmm. You get the one from the protester on the street filming it.
There's somebody who has a video that filmed it from
an office building.
Yes.
It's like an above board. It was so awesome. So if you play them both at the same time, in fact, they've already clipped them together where you can watch them both.
Yeah, because I've only seen
at the same time. No, you need to see the other one because it's incredible. And everybody in the office is going, "Check this dude out! Oh, he's so awesome!" Everybody's cheering for this guy. So you need to watch the one from the perspective of the office. Yeah. They're all happy that he's there.
Well, keep going. I'll pull it up.
The best part about this, though, is if you really think about it, these people are out there protesting cars, right? Climate change, which is one of their big problems is cars. Well, you're blocking traffic, and a car is producing the most pollution at stop.
Yes.
So you're stopping cars
in a concentrated area. So I'm going to bore a fucking hole theoretically.
Yeah.
In the ozone. From here.
You notice nobody says ozone anymore. I hate that the ozone's going away. I always liked the ozone because it was such this nebulous thing that was going to burn us all alive. I love the ozone.
Yeah, ozone sounds like a villain now.
It does.
So now I was like, would it be wrong if I had a T-shirt?
Or a rapper.
If I had a T-shirt with the word ozone, but it was in flames.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. So we need to make some of those.
It's a porn star rapper.
Yeah, porn star rapper.
Ozone.
Transgender porn star rapper.
There you go.
Yeah. That way he could do a tampon commercial for always later on when he gets to the retirement age. You know.
Well, I just on the science side, NASA put something out the other day that basically was blowing all that up. It's saying, look, people, this is the CO2 is not the issue; it's not the emissions.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can either believe science, or you can like you said earlier, Sam, you can bring your own scientists to the party and make your own rules.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just people are just fucking stupid. I mean, we're sitting here, we're talking about Antifa, we're talking about this guy that pulls a sign down. The bunch that got me was the T-shirt wearing anti-Columbus Day.
Oh yeah, the anti-Italians.
Yeah. So what prompted
you talking
that
to me?
You talking to me?
What prompted? Because
they do it every year.
Oh, is it? Okay, because I wasn't even tracking that this was Columbus Day, the day that it all
Well, you had the teacher. It started with the teacher, and we didn't talk about this, but it just hit me as we were sitting here. You had a teacher that put a shirt on that where she wore it to class that said, and this was on Columbus Day, "Columbus is a murderer. Prove me wrong."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
A teacher
did that. And she's like,
wow.
So they interviewed her, and she was kind of like, "I just wanted to create discussion and talk about Columbus coming over." They interviewed her. She was the typical pointy-headed patchouli oil type. You could just see it all over her.
Sure.
And she was just like, "I was just trying to create discussion. I wanted to create a discussion."
So the problem,
your mom's a whore. Let's have a discussion.
So she's in Detroit, by the way.
So the tangent to that is, like, nowadays, kids can't even wear concert T-shirts.
No. Yeah.
To the school now, but this teacher wears this T-shirt unchallenged by anybody.
Totally. I'm sure supported by the union.
And I was like, how do you explain that? I wanted to create discussion. When a kid who wears a freaking concert T-shirt, he may be telling you that he went to a concert, but beyond that, there is no other fucking message. Then he went somewhere one night to listen to music. That's the fucking message.
Right. But it's all, again, it all comes down to narrative. You and I know that. We're trying to create controversy. We're trying to tear down. It still always comes back to we want to tear down the values in the nuclear family. Right. That's what they're looking to do. So anytime I see this, it smacks of that. It smacks of, I want to tear this down and rebuild it in my image.
So a punch in the face to me is like an abbreviated statement of you're full of shit.
But you got to come back. You got to come back and say, okay, that's a discussion to have, but I want to have this discussion. Your mom's a whore. Yeah. Let's discuss that. Doesn't have to be true. I just want to discuss it. Your mom's a whore. I don't know why we don't go there. Just come right back at them.
I see how your mom looks at me.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Your vagina smells like 8-day-old tuna. Let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. It might
That's
not
why
be true.
those cats follow her around. It's funny because I threw the video up, and they were talking about how Columbus basically raided the country.
That's her.
God.
Yeah. So she's got like a Puritan collar on. That's the best part.
Yeah. Wearing a UT colored T-shirt.
Yeah, UT.
That's funny.
Well, they basically said that Columbus came here and they raped, pillaged, and burned villages.
Right.
But what they forget is that Indians were killing settlers for showing up here. It's like, it's not like we just went on a murder rampage and they showed up with food and we killed them.
Yeah.
They were killing each other.
Oh,
It
goes back to they took territory from each other all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It was not uncommon for
I've
Indians.
seen Apocalypto.
Well, yeah.
Man, yeah.
Hey, that guy was a racist.
Yeah. You know what? I killed him because those motherfuckers. Do you not know those motherfuckers brought smallpox-laden blankets to us?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's but it also too, it goes back to a lot of that shit was started by rich dudes.
It was.
If you look at the great explorers, they were actually peacekeepers. They really were. They were out there just trying to go out there and learn about the country, make a living. And they actually got in, like Davy Crockett, Lewis and Clark. They were all on missions. But what ended up happening is when you get people that see resources that they want, then it becomes an issue.
The greed kicks in and they want to take
the
it.
French fur traders, dude.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's how every fucking war starts.
Absolutely. So quit blaming it on humans or people going to do things. Go blame it on the rich dudes that want the resource.
Right.
Because that's where every war starts. I mean, it's crazy how that shit goes, but it's true. But I don't know. Like I said, going back and looking at some of the stuff that these people do.
Well, the Rothschilds didn't get their wealth from fucking lottery tickets.
No, they didn't scratch offs.
Sure.
We got here with scratch offs.
That's true.
So speaking of crazy people on cruises, we're doing Columbus.
Coming off the boats,
Yeah. Did you see the chick hanging off the balcony at who was that? Who was
Royal Caribbean?
There you go.
Yeah, Royal Caribbean.
She was going to do a little photo shoot out there with her boyfriend and her swimsuit. Yeah, a little photo shoot with her
freaking Instagram account.
Yeah,
right. She was posing away, and then some other people ended up catching it, and I guess they were twittering it or somehow
Snapchat.
it got back to Royal Caribbean that she was hanging out outside the railing. And they were none too happy about that.
No, they actually booted her off the boat.
Yeah, they got to their next port of destination, and it's like, we'll see you later. We're leaving you here.
But I'm in Mexico.
You better learn to speak the language quick.
Thank God it's not a fucking fishing village, because that's where you'd be fucking staying.
But it's amazing what people think they can do. To just get out there. They tell you this ahead of time. It's not like she didn't know. Mm-hmm. It's in the documentation. Read it. Think about it. I mean, do you really think they want you hanging outside the railing?
The fact that you're wanting somebody to essentially read a EULA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
But the fact that, because when I first posted this article, there were people that are actually motherfucking the couple that let the ship
the leakers,
know.
Basically the leakers. Yeah.
It's like, you had no right to do that. I think that they were just being, concerned.
Well, yeah, she looks like an idiot. She's way outside the railing.
Yeah.
If she falls off.
Oh my God! What if she falls? Exactly. What if she falls off?
Right. So she falls off. Here's how it would go. She would fall off. Her family would sue Royal Caribbean, the people that made the boat, the lawyers that wrote the documentation, everybody would be sued inside of this. Right. And ticket prices are going to go up because those people are not going to pay for
settlement,
it.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
How many Lifetime movies have been made about boyfriends and girlfriends pushing each other off the cliff or off the balcony of a boat?
Yeah.
And then come to find out it was for insurance or they had a plot to kill them anyway.
That's why they go to Australia for that shit.
Exactly.
Well, so there's a lot of booty hanging.
Islands.
There's a lot of booty hanging in that picture right there. You see
there
that?
are.
That's her. But it's funny because those cruise lines have had a rash of people get killed.
Right. Yeah.
From taking those kind of things. We did a podcast a while back on stupid selfies.
Yes.
Like the Grand Canyon. We actually ran through statistics.
That was exactly my take on this with the stupid chick and the puma.
Yeah.
And then I see this and I was like, motherfucking selfies. Are you kidding me?
Well, here's the thing. If we would just let natural progression take place, how much smarter and better off would society be without these people in there? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Quit making rails that are unscalable. Let them scale the rail.
So if they
is what I say.
fall in the ocean and basically
Feed the fish.
Feed the fish. You know, we're kind
Fish
of,
gotta eat too.
We're actually kind of being conservatory and being good stewards of the planet.
It's the cycle of life.
Well, we eat the animals. It's time to let the animals get a hold of some of us, right? You know, just throw them out there. I don't know. Like I said,
we sort of threw them a bone. So
exactly. It's a sacrificial lamb. We don't really need.
Just had a little bit of meat on it.
Yeah.
They make it easy. I'll tell you that. I don't know. It's funny because people do some really stupid shit. I mean, that Grand Canyon thing, the statistic blew us away.
Yeah, we couldn't believe the amount of people that went over the edge.
Doing that, I'm like, what are you? I mean, I'm terrified of just getting within 6 foot of an edge of a railing on height anyway.
Yeah, freaking butt pucker and everything.
Oh yeah, I get sick to my stomach. I can't do it. But all these people that do the free climbing, and they're hanging off this sky needle, by one arm, and I'm like, dude, that is nuts.
Yeah, but if you go, it's like, you went. I'm not gonna cry. I mean, you did it to yourself. At some point, you got to look back and say, hey, they did it to themselves.